Hi, Myra with Boutique Paint. I'm working on a gift tote today with using this wood kind of toolbox, I think is what they are. I did a sample board just to kind of get a feel for what I wanted the look to be. This one is just stamped, and I'm not using this stamp, but it is the new Christmas stamp, the 2001 Christmas stamps that I'm using for this project. But this is just plain black. Actually, no, it's stone gray stamped. And then this one I stamped and then embossed. And I didn't get it really good. The embossing liquid, I didn't get it onto the stamp as well as I should have. But it's an idea as far as what you could do just to get a different effect. It gives it a kind of a raised feel if you've never done embossing. So, but we're just going to do stamp today. So I'm going to use weathered gray. And I'm just going to pour some on. And then I took my foam brush and I sprayed it with a little bit of water. So if you have something that is water-based, if you get your brush just a smidge damp, not wet, just a smidge damp, then it helps to spread your color. Out of the way so less shadow. Might have my camera too close. Hopefully not. And anytime you're working with raw wood, and I've said this before in videos, but and you get it wet, the grain raises. And so then you feel it and it might be kind of rough. You can just take a high grit sandpaper afterwards and just give it a quick sand, and that'll take care of the roughness. And it doesn't usually take down much of the color. Just gonna cheat and lay that down even though that side's wet. Then I'm just going to go ahead and do the inside and around the edges. You wouldn't really have to do the full inside, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it while I'm at it. And then we'll come back once it's dried. So I've got this all stained, and then I did a quick sand just to knock down the wood grain raising. And I used 220 grit sandpaper just to knock it down. You don't have to do that, but it does make it smoother. So on this, I'm going to use the cheer stamp from the new Christmas release. On my sample board, I showed you that I did the Merry Christmas. That would be cute too. But I had the idea that this would make a great tote to put a bottle of wine in. And then I found these fun drip candles from that reminded me of the 60s and the 70s, where you would have all the wax drip down the wine bottle. And so I'm going to do cheer and then a bottle of wine and these drip candles as a gift. And I thought that would tie it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the black IOD ink. Actually, I'll set that aside. I'm going to ink this up pretty good. Because this is fairly dark stain that I put on there, I want it to really be able to show up. And I probably should find a center point, not just willy-nilly put it on here like I have a tendency to do. So. getting every part of the stamp. Looks pretty good. And now I'm going to add a little bit. I'm thinking of the Christmas berries here from this year's transfers. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And take the back paper off. And if you're real careful, not put it down, then you can always lift it back up. But if sometimes it'll stick immediately as soon as it touches the surface. It doesn't feel like it's doing it on this one. So I'm thinking that's kind of how I want it to be. So instead of trimming this right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and just rub the transfer on there. And then I'll cut those pieces so that I can use the rest of it. And now I need, I'm not finding my stick to rub stuff. I was using it the other day to mix paint. So I'll just use a popsicle stick and start rubbing it on. This year, for the Christmas transfer, it came in a smaller size. Really better to do crafts with. I'm starting to get it, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a utility knife, if I can find one of those quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut it with scissors. Not those one. I'm just going to go along. And then that can be used later. And you can see that it's got kind of an air bubble in there. That tells you it's sticking to the piece. And I just put the extras into a file folder with the backing on it. You could, pieces like that, you could throw them away. I don't throw them away because you never know when you just need like a little tiny fill-in piece of something. So I have a whole file of little pieces. So after I got the transfer on, you can take the piece of the backing of the transfer and just go along and kind of, I threw away the other piece already, but just kind of rub it like I did. Make sure that it is adhering to the wood. And then you can clear coat it with your favorite clear coat, may it be wax or whatnot. So because I'm doing a gift, I'm hoping that this will translate on as far as the angle. I have some of the, I'm not sure what this stuff is. It's like a shaved wood or something. I'm just going to take, I might just put the whole thing in there. Or you could do the crinkled paper. I'm just going to put that in there. And these are the candles that I was talking about. They're multicolored drip candles. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be fun as a gift to give a bottle of wine? And then the candles. And I started this bottle. Let's scoot this over so I can show it to you. With it starting to drip, I had to get my kids to drink a bottle of wine so that I could have the bottle to do this, since I don't drink that much wine anymore in life. So I'm just going to put the, oh, that got kitchen goobers on it. And then the candles, just kind of stick them in there. Let's see, maybe in the back. And then you could put, you know, a couple chocolates or whatnot in there to, as the gift. I might actually take some of that out so it fits in there a little bit better. And you could even, you know, prop it up so that you display it better inside the box, inside the tote. But anyway, that's one idea. And then I have a second tote that I'll be doing here and on the next video. Just a different, same tote, just a little bit different idea of it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, you can go to our website at www.boutiquepaint.com. Bye.